And when I introduce them, so trumpets, are you ready to go back there, trumpets? Okay. So here we are, right behind me. I'll try to get on the road here. This is Adam Bierstedt.
Gets our name right.
There you go. Wave.
Yeah.
Paco Besestre, we call him, or Francisco. And Andrew Pfeiffer on tenor sax. And Kaylee Erickson on tenor sax. On Barry sax, we have Levi DeGrosse and George Roberts Oakland. And then on trumpet, Nick Gunderman, Branch Bellinger, Hans Lundquist, Donovan Knott, Andrew Rosine, Alan Millar, Michaela Oshner, and Maya Baca. Did I miss any trumpets? You got them out? You got everybody there? Good. Okay. And trombones, we have Alexa Olson, Andy Cortez, and Evan Krebs on bass trombone. On piano, Chaska McGovern, and on guitar, Zach Stewart. On bass, Nate Lund. Drum set, Ian Thornton, and Austin Nolberg. And we're going to kick things off here tonight with a piece called Blues Walk. Blues Walk.
I don't know if you did this, Russ, but
song's called The Jazz Police.
Jazz Police. Clever name.
Just out of curiosity, how many people in here are playing other instruments than what they normally play, like in concert band? A lot of these kids are playing different horns than what they normally play. They're doubling on the second instrument right here. Great job, guys. Thanks. And now we'll have Jazz 2 come on.
Tell you what, I'll just talk loud. I can do that. All right, well, guys, thank you very much for being here tonight in this stormy evening. This is the freshman band in front of you. It's been a great group to work with. They've just been so talented, and that piece right there is a very challenging piece. And to pull that out at the very end of the year, where everybody's minds are starting to drift towards summer, I'm so proud of them for continuing to work all the way to the end of the year. We have some people to recognize here. I want to just talk about this a little bit. In each band, we're going to recognize letter winners and pin winners. Basically, those are people that go a little bit above and beyond the call of duty and do something outside of just the regular band period stuff. There are 5 different ways to get a pin or a letter in band. And the first way is to make all-state band. The next way is to make all-state jazz band. Actually, maybe there's 6 ways. If you make 3/4 of the pep band performances, that makes you a pep band member, an official full-time pep band member. If you're in jazz band, if you receive a superior on a solo and large group contest, which took place back on the 1st of February, or if you are a senior and you've never received a letter before, just for surviving our program for 4 years, right, to get a letter. So now I can talk through this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. Feedback there. There we go. So, these students are receiving letters in freshman band, and I'm just going to have you stand as I call your name, and I'll tell you why they received a letter. On French horn and trumpet and flute, she's a jack of all trades. Receiving a letter in freshman band for jazz band and pep band is Maya Baca. Chris Barron receives a letter for being a member of jazz band. Jenna Bennett for being a member of pep band. Paco Besestre for being a member of jazz band. And a superior rating on a solo at large group or solo and ensemble contest and alto sax. Jeremy Brinkman on trombone and guitar for making all-state jazz band. Hello. Eden Eggleston on trombone gets a letter for being a member of jazz band. Cassie Fitzgerald on flute gets a letter for being a member of pep band. Branch Bellinger for trumpet and is a percussionist as well for being a member of jazz band on trumpet. Seth Foss receives a letter for being a member of jazz band. Rachel Gertner receives a letter for a superior on a solo at solo ensemble contest. Michaela Granster receives a letter for pep band. Nick Gunderman receives a letter for jazz band on trumpet. Anna Heyer receives on flute receives a letter for pep band. Annie Hall on flute receives a letter for superior on a solo at solo and ensemble contest. Clayton Zashowski receives a letter for pep band on trumpet. Donovan Knott on trumpet as well receives a letter for jazz band. Eric Minke receives a letter for pep band on baritone. Josie Mendel receives a letter for flute for being a member of pep band. Let's see. Serenity Mercer receives a letter on trumpet for jazz band and pep band. Alan Millar on trumpet and baritone receives a letter for jazz band on trumpet. Alexa Olson receives a letter for jazz band on trombone. Michaela Oshner receives a letter on trumpet. She also plays French horn in this band for jazz band and pep band. Sam Osman receives a letter on alto sax for pep band. Maddie Pickard receives a letter, I'll step this way, Maddie, on clarinet for pep band. Lily Wren receives a letter for superior on a solo at solo and ensemble contest. And I also just heard that her grandmother just flew in from China, and she's here tonight for the first time. George Roberts Oakland receives a letter on alto sax for jazz band and a superior on solo at solo ensemble contest. Andrew Rosine on trumpet receives a letter for jazz band, as well as pep band. Liam Sports receives a letter on tuba for pep band. Anna Stridicki receives a letter on marimba for a superior on solo at contest. Kayla Taylor receives a letter for pep band on clarinet. Dylan Wald receives a letter on alto sax for pep band. And Samantha Youngkin receives a letter for pep band on tuba. Did I miss anybody? Oh my gosh, okay. Austin Noldner back here is also set player in Jazz 3, so he receives a letter as well, and I'll make sure you get on that list, Austin. Thank you very much. Anybody else? Great. All right. With that being said, we're going to conclude our portion of the program. Keep things rolling here. We have Beauty and the Beast. Here's freshman band.
Mission?
Doing a great job on clarinet, first clarinet for us, Jacob Smithers, but going to what, University of Boise State, is it? Where are you going? The University of Montana, okay, and tuba is going to be playing tuba there. Great for you, Jacob. And Jessica Sundat is doing a great job on clarinet as well as Shanlea.
Yeah.
One of our drum majors, and just says, I want to say, I can't say enough about Shanlea Van Hill. She has worked and worked and worked over the years, just done a lot of work for the last 3 or 4 years for us. I mean, behind, let's give Shanlea a round of applause. Last but not least, I don't think she's here tonight, but that's why not. And just beautiful music. I mean, I just love Gershwin. That might be why we're doing some of his songs in our show next year. Okay, we're doing, I probably know all by now that it's called Out of the Blue. We open with Rhapsody in Blue and go to Blue Shades. And then we end up with My Way. We've got Cool in there, sad story as well. So it's going to be a really neat show. We're excited about it. But oh, wasn't that beautiful? I just think that's just beautiful music. We are extremely fortunate to have some extremely talented students in our band. Rachel Nevin and Carter Christensen couldn't be with us. He's out in Utah or someplace on his executive trip. So let's have a round of applause for our old drum majors. Great job, folks. And the new drum majors are going to be Rachel is obviously still coming back, and Kelsey Stutz and Libby Smarata, along with Carter Christensen, will be back for drum majors next year. Let's give those folks a round of applause.